Well, welcome to Kilgallon's Pub, the podcast where I, comedian Joe Kilgallon, like to sit back, have some drinks with people, and recreate that bar conversation we all know and love. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at Kilgallon's Pub, also on Twitter. Give me a follow on all of the platforms at Joe Kilgallon. Very excited for today's podcast. One of my personal favorite human beings on the planet is my guest. He's making his third appearance on the podcast, which ties him with a couple people. Not in the lead, though, but you're tied. Marty DeRosa, everyone. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm very impressed. You have that intro down.
I do have the intro
What
down.
episode did you have the intro down?
I think it took me like 30 episodes to get it right.
Flows, baby.
To get it right.
It flows.
Oh, I usually thank people too. Thank everyone. Thank people for listening to the podcast.
Sure.
Had some fun ones recently. We did the condiment podcast. You know how the whole comedy scene is
controversial.
Talking about
very
which condiment.
controversial.
People are.
I heard about that ketchup upset. Whoa.
Thank God.
Chipotle mayo took out ketchup?
Fuck ketchup.
It was Chipotle aioli.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Chipotle mayo, was it?
It's the same shit.
Is it the same shit?
Yeah, it's the same.
You should have seen him. He brought down all his fancy condiments.
Yeah.
And one of them, instead of the typical Kraft logo, it said the guy's initials and then Kraft to make it like just so hipsters would buy it.
signature.
You're not a hipster though, but you know.
I'm a sucker for good packaging.
Good
Good packaging goes a long way.
It is, but now
Love a good
we
package.
know it's still Kraft though.
Yeah.
Who are we fooling with that one?
I like to think though that like the big companies bought out this like really good indie, sauce maker.
Jake Kraft.
And they're just like, you know what I mean? They're like the fucking, sub pop of condiments. And they're like, we gotta, stay true to our fucking roots. And they're like, all right, man, we gotta throw Kraft on there somewhere. Like, we understand, but just like, let's make it about the aioli fucking mustard.
I like that. A real craft beer, but with condiments. Sounds pretty solid to me. Also, I got to thank everybody that bought my album. My album hit number 1 in the iTunes comedy charts. Came out last Thursday.
How'd that feel when you were number 1?
It hit number 1 while we were podcasting.
Who'd you
last
unseat?
week. I unseated. Well, Doug Benson sells his podcast.
Not fair.
That's why it shouldn't be in the same kit, right?
Not fair.
Totally. For $1.99 he sells it.
Not fair.
Not fair at all.
Not fair.
And a comic named Erica Rhodes.
I'm gonna sell my album for 99 cents.
Yeah, right,
That's
you'd sell a ton of
That's
that.
not fair. That's cooking the books, putting a podcast up.
I think it is on his end, but I was passing a lot of people, Mulaney's, the Gaffigans, who both Mulaney and
Those
Gaffigan.
are just the perennial that just live there.
Dude, year round, those two guys have 4 or 5 albums in the top 20 rotating.
Nice.
And then you got your Bill Burrs, your Dane Cooks, Hedberg's got the one album that's been out forever.
What's
That's
that guy
still
been
in
up
there.
to?
I don't know, man. He's been quiet. Does anyone know what Mitch Hedberg's been doing?
That's a fun
lately?
bit I like to do when someone's dead. I go, what are they up to?
What happened to that
Someone
guy?
I know was legit in an Uber, and you'll like this. There was a Nirvana song on, and the Uber driver was from another country, and he's like, what happened to these guys? And they were like, oh, no. It was like my girlfriend Sarah was in the back with somebody, and they're like, oh, no, do we tell them? Or is it like the greatest bit ever that this like unassuming guy is like, I just fuck with you. I know that's not.
Did he just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it would be great if you were like, well, the lead singer killed himself in
No.
1994.
You go, well, his wife killed him.
That's the correct. You're right.
Don't fucking sanitize it for
Well,
the podcast.
because then you want him to dig into it and
Hey,
find out on
and
his
I'm not
own.
even saying allegedly. You come at me, Courtney. I know what you did.
Courtney Love, man. I still think Kurt wrote a lot of that whole album. The whole album that really broke through the mainstream. Because they had like one album before that was kind of popular in some circles. Pretty on the Inside it was called. Then they had lived through this.
So did Billy. Did Billy?
Well, Billy wrote. Billy was acknowledged though. He got credit on their third album, which was Celebrity Skin.
Yeah.
Which was like the comeback to Courtney Love's not a piece of shit
I
anymore.
like that album.
This
That's
got
when
some
she
good
was gunning.
songs.
She was gunning to be a movie star.
Yeah, because she had just done The People vs. Larry Flint and a few other things. But we're gonna get into a bunch of music talk. I did want to say to everyone, because it's number 1 now. Well, it was number 1 for like a day and a half. I think or 2 days. It was
That's
good
all we
enough.
could hope for at
Good
this
enough.
level.
It's a perfectly.
Now
happy
you could
that-
go up at a show. What do you mean to say? The fucking number 1 album on iTunes.
Yes, damn straight.
Yeah.
On comedy, because if it was all of iTunes, I wouldn't be at whatever venue I was at. Someone introduced that night. I did a show in Downers Grove at a brewery, which was fun. Thanks to the people who I can't remember the person's name, Amy, who booked it, and they were whoever did the intro said the number 1 album on iTunes. I go, well, iTunes comedy. If it was number 1 on all of iTunes, I wouldn't be in fucking Downers Grove right now.
Yeah,
no offense, Downers Grove. That's just how that works. But all the people who did not purchase it, go ahead, listen to it on Spotify. Because I got that number 1 status. I got it. So now you could go ahead and stream it for free.
There you go.
Everyone else who bought, I'm assuming your close friends and family and diehard fans, and that's why you were happy to support. But everyone else, if you were like, I didn't have the $9.99, go ahead and stream it. Pandora. It's on Tidal. Whatever you want it. Marty DeRosa's got one coming out very soon.
I do.
We're going to set a date, right? We're going to figure it out because I'm going to
going
help you a little
cassette,
bit.
baby. I'm going cassette. I'm going real hipster on this one.
That is, man.
I'm going fucking cassette. I'm selling them out of the back of my fucking Vespa.
You're gonna put like your website like inside it and all that, and put some stickers.
Yeah.
Do
Did you ever
own
get
art?
scooter fever? Where you want a scooter in the city?
No, because I
James
I
scooter
have a car.
fever.
Fuck scooters.
Ooh.
You're
You're a bike
he's
guy.
a bike
Yeah,
guy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's just,
Okay.
We're no longer
Not
the
no
low
no 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 no
class
no 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 no.
anymore.
Not those fucking rent-a-scooters. I'm talking like a Vespa.
Oh, the Todd Massey scooters. Yes,
Okay,
down.
that's what I'm
I
talking
rode
about.
one last week. It was the best.
I'm talking about a Vespa, baby.
Yeah.
why are you against the city scooters?
Dipshit central, man.
Yeah. Dude,
They're getting,
people
they're getting
got-
thrown everywhere. I saw one in a tree the other day. It's,
One guy got like hospitalized. A biker got hospitalized yesterday because of his scooter going the wrong way in the bike lane.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
a bike rider. They once
This is
they
a hot button
hospitalized-
for Joe.
Well, no, because I feel like they're always the one time a bike rider got killed. Bike riders kill people too.
let me tell you what.
They act like they're always so fucking innocent.
Joe,
You're
Joe,
not innocent.
Joe.
Yes,
Let me.
we are.
I will
Christ.
speak on both sides of the coin. I've been walking everywhere now. It's my new thing. I walk everywhere.
You look great.
Thank you.
He does,
I've dropped
man.
10. I'm feeling fucking good. But one thing you notice when you walk is people are on their phones and they don't stop at all at stop signs. And sometimes I'll be fun and I'll like knock on the hood of their car. Oh fuck! And every once in a while I think, man, it'd be real funny, especially in the in a neighborhood like James is here. People don't give a shit about stop signs. They're always on their phones.
Yeah.
And at one point, this lady I'm in the middle of the street and she's just coming towards me slowly. And I'm like, she does not see me. She does not see me. And at one point I'm going, when she finally sees me, I'm going to scream and yell, "Oh my God, you ran over my son." But she was old and I might have killed her. So I was like, I won't do that.
How old?
Oh, my kid! Like, what the? You fucking ran over my kid!
What's the age cutoff for you to do that joke?
Like white hair.
White
You know
hair,
what I mean?
okay.
Yeah. I'm also afraid they're going to go fuck and slam on the gas and fucking run me over. And I always think I should look it up. Maybe you can look it up while we're
Yeah,
doing this,
what do you
James.
want?
So there was a story.
Real quick, I like the idea of fuck. I ran over his kid. Now I got to ran over the only witness.
It's
I got to
just
kill
a
him
fucking
too.
like ah! So there was a story about this woman who was drunk and hit a guy, and he like went through the windshield, and she drove all the way home with him through the windshield, and then she fucking opened up her garage, went in the garage, closed the garage, and just like went in the house because she was freaking out. And the guy was like, "Please, just let me, like, help me, help." He could have lived had she not just went in the house and was like, "I'm just gonna fucking go to bed and hope this ain't fucking happening." And then he was dead in the morning.
That's horrific.
I
man.
know.
What's going through someone's head when they do shit like that?
They're probably drunk. That reminds me, going back to scooters, when I was a little kid, I was in like 8th grade, and my like a buddy had a scooter, and I was like, "Hey, can I borrow it? Let me ride it." And I fucking wrecked on it, and I just destroyed my leg. I went home and just went to bed, thinking like when I woke up in the morning, everything would be okay.
So that's what she was doing, right? She thought this is.
I think
real,
she
this
just was
is-
drunk and was like, "This isn't happening. I gotta fucking." You ever just like need a minute? I need a
I
minute.
missed the part where she was drunk.
Yeah. So
And he couldn't reach his cell phone.
Oh, yeah, man, because it's
Poor
fucking
guy.
that lower half of the body was out the
Yeah.
window.
Dude, that's creepy. Like
Yeah.
they say, like if you ram someone up against like a building or a tree,
Yeah.
not to move them because usually it's not to move your car. 'Cause
Yeah.
your car's keeping them alive, believe it or not, by keeping like the organs in
I
place.
remember a Grey's Anatomy episode when that show was like the shit, and I was dating some girl who loved it. And this like guy and girl, I don't think they were together. They were strangers. They were on like a bus or something or a train, and like a pipe went through both of them, and they couldn't remove either of it yet because all that shit was going on.
I think I remember that.
And they had to
episode.
like choose. Like, of course they had to choose because it's fucking, a TV show. Like, only one could live.
Did he choose?
I think
to let her
the
live?
young lady got to win because, of course, no, just
Yeah.
because she's younger.
God. You ever thinking about that, women?
Remember
Huh?
those fucking dumb classes where they're like, okay, you can save the young healthy man, but he's a murderer, or the old woman and she's a saint, and you're like, well, fuck, I don't know.
Well, I definitely saved the old woman in that scenario because the murderer is like.
What if you're
he's-
on like
he's
an
eliminating
island where you have
people.
to fucking
Oh, so the guy's gonna, like,
repopulate? I don't know.
you're gonna bang a murderer? I can't. You can't. As a guy, I'm saving the
Hey,
old woman because
you're alone on an island. You
Wait.
might want a murderer. You might want a guy who will fucking at the when it needs to happen, he doesn't fucking care about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What's the little lady gonna do?
She's just gonna die and complain about the heat.
There you go.
It's too hot out. It's too hot out. You're just gonna choke her out
Yeah.
yourself at that point. 'cause
Yeah.
You can't deal with that kind of nagging.
When a
Quit
smoke
nagging me. It's
when
hot
a
out.
smoke monster comes, you want a murderer on your team.
Okay, you just ruined Lost for me.
Yeah.
But I think no,
I didn't.
No, you didn't trust me. I know. I heard that a terrible ending. I never really got into that show.
It was all right.
I remember reading something about that show, and they were like, all right, so maybe we'll do like 2-3 more seasons. And ABC was like 10 more seasons. And they're like, fuck, I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, that's what ruins shows like that. Someone posted that each show should only be 5 or 6 seasons.
I like that British version of the like sitcoms. They do like 2 seasons and a Christmas special.
Yeah, they're
great.
making them quick. They call them
great.
series instead of
Yeah,
seasons
it's
or
great.
whatever. And like that show Faulty Towers, it's John Cleese show. That's like
Yeah.
legendary
Love
from the
that
70s.
show.
Yeah.
It's like 12 episodes total.
Yeah.
So
Off
funny though.
the British Office, 2
seasons.
seasons, a fucking special or 2.
That show Coupling, which was like kind of like British Friends.
Yeah.
Very funny show.
Yeah.
Better than Friends actually because it's way more sexual. They're constantly talking about like how to get people
British
off.
TV, baby.
Yeah, they get a little more lenient. Why are we so uptight still in this
my
country?
buddy John, when we were kids, I always remember this. We were like in like high school or like junior high. He's like, man, I want to write like the greatest movie, like an Academy Award winning movie. But in the middle of it, there's like a hardcore sex scene, like porn level sex scene.
You know, in European movies.
Yeah, there's some like French ones you'll find out if you do celebrity
Dude,
on Pornhub.
man.
There's some like French movies.
I found a celebrity in Pornhub.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking
I'll
about.
sometimes check out the celebrity wing of Pornhub just to see what's shaking on
What's
there.
cooking, right?
Yeah,
What's getting.
but it's
you know,
always like
dicks
French
erecting, chicks wet.
movies. It's always French movies.
Where it's like the thing was like top 10 actresses who have sucked a guy off on camera.
Sure.
And I'm expecting to think maybe I'll notice one of them.
You
No,
will.
They're all, I didn't notice any of them. They
Chloe
actually put a dick in the
Chloe
mouth.
Sevigny.
Savigny.
She actually had a dick in her mouth.
She blew Buffalo 66. What's his face? And the Brown Bunny? Vincent D'Onofrio?
But they actually showed the dick in the mouth.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent Gallo.
Yeah.
Vincent Gallo.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the picture of it?
Are
you getting it,
the video,
James?
Yeah.
Man, it feels so creepy to have Pornhub's page on with other dudes in the room.
You never watch porn with your friends, buddy?
I did.
Like
I
when
want
you
to
were
fucking.
15.
I want to block that out.
And then you're like, oh, that was
Also,
stupid.
there's
Why
no.
would we do that?
There's this flag would be in between Joe and I if that was the case.
Chloe, I don't know what she looks like. That's why I'm
Yeah, you
curious
do.
about this Chloe.
She was in Kids.
There you go.
Also, who holds your dick like that when you get blown?
'Cause
Anyway,
she was probably trying. She probably wasn't really sucking it.
no, she
No,
was.
that is a legitimate penis. In her
Roger
mouth.
Ebert's.
Did they
hey,
talk
find
about-
find Roger Ebert's movie review on it. He was like, "Man, fuck off." Yeah, they showed it.
I want to hear her take. Was she like it was in the script?
It ruined her career.
Well, yeah, I don't. Why would she answer with the dick still in her mouth, Marty?
They were like, "Hey, are you blowing someone while we're interviewing now?" And she's like, "Yeah, I thought that would be fun."
Method actor.
She was like New York hip actress. I don't know. She probably thought like, no big deal. I'll fucking.
Can you just give me a picture of her? Like, I want to see her headshot.
How do you like that? Like some people like
What's she
won't.
been in?
Some woman won't show their boobs in a movie, and she's like, "I'll blow a dude on camera." That's a bold move.
Yeah, not.
You know her.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know
she's
her.
great.
She's been in. She's in that Mormon show.
Kids, Portlandia.
Yeah, what was the show where she's one of
Big
the
Love?
wives? Big Love. Thank
Yeah.
you. With Bill Paxton,
Yeah.
who is boring as hell, I find. All right. And Roger Ebert was just probably like the filth. Oh,
I think he was like a little. I don't know. I don't think he ever liked Vincent Gallo. Vincent Gallo is a real fucking polarizing dude. Critics really hate him, but 3 stars by Ebert. Okay, there you go. Never mind. I could be wrong there. He probably likes it. He wrote that fucking. Was that Valley of the fucking Dolls or whatever?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a fucking sex ass movie.
Yeah, that dude likes. That's just as an actor, you gotta be thinking, this is cool. I'm gonna get my dick sucked on camera. And
Joe, it's so aggressive.
Is that was that?
Get my dick sucked on
Dude, how about you?
camera?
You were just doing an impression of her answering with the dick in her mouth still.
That was silly.
And I'm the bad guy?
That was silly. You went aggressive. I went silly. Buddy, if you don't know how to navigate through these waters that we live in right now, I don't know what to tell you. I feel like something I've learned is I
Like
can
my life coach.
I figured out how to say anything even around hipsters where they're like, "Well, okay, we'll give them that one." So it's a skill, I think, being able to say whatever you want.
True. I would
around
never
hipsters.
I would never classify you as a hipster,
I'm not. I don't know what I am.
but you could fit in with them.
Sure. I
You know?
know how to speak their language. I can walk. I'm like Blade. I can walk among them. I'm
I
a day walker
can't.
with hipsters.
I just can't walk them.
I can walk among them. I know what aioli is. You know what I mean?
They like all the
I
complicated
like
stuff.
street
They-
tacos.
I think my problem with hipsters, I would like them a lot more if they weren't always so sweaty. Why are hipsters so sweaty? Because they just rode their bike 3.5 miles.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I walked
Webb
here. I'm sweaty.
James Webb wrote on Facebook today, hey, bike riders, save up your money for a GoPro. And I wanted to comment, save up your money for a fucking car instead.
Is that for
And
accidents, James?
I
Is that
understand.
James, is that an
understand
accident for
Yes.
accidents? Yeah.
That's my that was my
Bicycles.
insurance for
Yeah.
like 5 years.
Cabana's got a
I
Russian
don't want you to get
dash
hurt. I
cam.
don't want you to get hurt.
He's got a dash
Ru-
cam?
Russian dash cam.
Good.
And
I don't really hate on bike riders. I just don't like this whole holier than thou shit. No, I know. I understand it. It's fine. My thing with them is they always act like they're the ones on the right and everyone else is on the wrong.
Because we
And
are.
You're not, though.
Every time.
Each other
I watch you guys blow reds constantly.
Their lives are at stake.
I get that. Same with motorcycles.
Sure.
You chose to go up against things that are basically armored.
There's no motorcycle lane, though. It's the regular
There
lane.
should be. There shouldn't be a bike lane either.
I will say this, James.
Yeah.
When I'm walking,
Cut down alleys.
and I have to stop for a bike to walk by,
Yeah.
I should get the I should get the
You want to hear the argument against
honor that they give.
So we have to work harder to move than somebody walking. So our momentum.
Take a bus.
No, stop.
Sorry.
Stop, Dad.
All right, I'll let you two.
Okay.
Dad.
I get that a little bit.
That's the mentality behind it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying
Well, it's not, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't even think pedestrians should have the right of way. They're not in a hurry. They're walking.
Now you're getting crazy.
No, I'm not.
You know what you need
people
to do?
in cars are in hurries.
Take a week where you just walk everywhere.
I walk
it
a lot.
will change your tune.
You know, whenever I'm in New York, I'm there for usually about a week, and I walk all over the place. I love it.
Yeah,
I wish we had better public
a bunch
transportation.
of other people. Walk by yourself down these side streets.
I take my dog for walks.
Yeah, you got a dog.
Yeah.
They see you.
Oh,
with your
but so
dog.
by myself, I need to take a walk.
That's what I should get. Remember the old gag store thing
The
with
invisible-
the invisible dog chain? And I'm gonna just walk with that and be like, "Oh my god, you ran over my dog!" I'm
Did you
so
see
into
the
this.
Amazing Jonathan documentary?
Yeah, really unimpressed.
Well, my buddy Steve Byrne directed.
Yeah,
it,
well,
but
you got to tell your
that's
buddy
fine.
Steve Byrne, man. That was as I was
Were you not
watching
impressed?
it.
Really?
As I was watching it, I go, "This must not be the right documentary."
Which one did you watch?
The fucking right documentary.
Oh,
Dude, I've seen
the one on
better.
YouTube?
I know guys in Chicago who make better wrestling documentaries than that fucking thing on their phones. It was shot so poorly. There's no story to it.
That's the story of the life of the Amazing Jonathan.
It was just
So him
bleh.
coming up. And
It was
the
bleh.
Penn Jillette stuff. And David Copperfield.
I fucking tapped out after about 20 minutes. I'm like, what is this?
Well, you're a huge
It looked-
documentary
it
buff,
looked,
though.
It looked bad.
Okay. I don't watch enough documentaries to be like, this is
I
good or
heard
bad.
I heard him on a show and he was, "Oh, it's my life's work." And I was like, "Dude, fucking it ain't good, man. Ain't good."
Well, I hope he doesn't.
You got to know
No,
somebody.
it's fine.
You got to know somebody who does documentary. Hey, man, help me make this documentary. A bunch of people are going to watch it. I want to see whoever was in charge of that, or the
Maybe it was the cinematographer.
show me another documentary they made.
See, you watch so many documentaries, you could tell the difference between a documentary that's shot great and one
It
that's
was
pretty
just-
good. Where to me, they're all
Dude.
good unless they're terrible.
Dude, it was fucking. You know what that was like when you go on Amazon and you're like, "Oh, I want to watch a documentary," and then once you get through all the popular ones, then it's like UFOs were behind 9/11. That's the quality of that documentary.
Well, it got released on YouTube. What did you think? You
Dude,
watched it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I could
Because
show
there's
you.
one on Hulu that's not him. That's another one.
I can
that's
show
about the
you
guy, though.
YouTube documentaries
that are great.
Dude, it's like in this day and age, there's no excuse for it to be that bad.
If
this came
did
out-
it just look bad? I don't know what looked bad
it
about
looked
it. Though. I'm
bad.
trying to think
It
what
looked bad. It was just if this documentary came out like 10 years ago, I'd be like, "Oh, okay." But like not in this day and age, man. You can't have a documentary that looks like that.
The guy who directed this did all of Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay.
He did 2 episodes of Workaholics. Reggie Makes Music.
Yeah.
John Benjamin Has a Van. Great show.
He phoned it in. This is
This is the
This is a
cinematographer.
phone in.
This is the
This
director.
was a free
I'll
deal.
find the
He did it one
cinematographer.
week. He
The
did it in a
director of
weekend.
what?
Amazing Jonathan documentary.
No, Steve Byrne directed the Amazing Jonathan documentary. We might be thinking of two. There's two.
Trust
Well,
me,
there's
dude.
one
two of his
that-
All
out
there's
things
right now.
one
comedy.
that came
All things
out-
comedy.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's not it.
Okay.
It's not good.
Okay, there's one
It's not
that
that
came
good.
out today, or not today, this year. The Amazing Jonathan documentary is what it's called. 2019, directed by Benjamin Berman. 8.1
Oh
stars
shit,
on
I know
IMDb.
him. It's great. It's great. It's great. Ben, my boy Ben. It's great. It's great. I don't know.
Yeah,
And then there's one that
I'll find that one.
Steve Burns is called like Still Amazing or Always Amazing.
The
or
fake
something.
documentaries
not
on
called
documentary now is better than I don't know. Whatever. It's
No,
great.
you're
They-
a stickler for documentaries.
They
so
made it.
I get it.
They set out to make it. They made it. It's great. It didn't hold my attention. It just didn't pop. It was just like
see, I knew
ugh.
the thing. Here's the main reason why it held my attention. I knew nothing about that guy going into it.
Amazing Jonathan.
Yeah, nothing.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, he
Nothing.
rules.
So good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I didn't know a thing about him. I mean, I knew who he was. I'd heard
Yeah.
the name, but couldn't tell you.
Also, what happens
Like
with a lot of
anything,
these
really.
documentaries, and I think this happened with that, is they get too transfixed on the like, this guy's a bad boy, this guy's a rebel, this guy don't give a fuck, and they don't really address the humanity of the people. at first. It was all just like, yeah, I wanted to offer this guy $200 to, take a shit in the grocery store, and he did. And it's like, okay,
It wasn't take a shit. It was to throw stuff off
whatever.
The thing. But yeah, sure.
You get the point. Shave your head.
I think they were
It's
trying
like,
to show
okay.
you that the one dude was such a big fan that he would do whatever.
They showed it in his fucking room with his photos everywhere
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
true.
I mean,
Obsessed.
look,
I'm not taking offense to it. I didn't direct the fucking
look.
thing.
I know you're best friends with Steve
We're not
Byrne.
best friends. We're friends. I haven't seen him in a year or two.
And
but no, I don't care.
it just wasn't. James,
That's fine.
James, what do you think?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I only brought it up because you brought up the walking dog leash
But also
thing,
I hear-
and that seemed like the type of gag he would do.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, oh, maybe Marty's seen this, and I know you're a documentary dude.
But I just, I guess I just expect a little more.
Yeah,
my
well, I
docs.
get that. I'm not that surprised that
And you have all that
take.
footage of him.
Not surprised you have
like,
that take.
I've seen documentaries where they barely have any footage or anything, and they're just like, fuck, how are we going to do this? And it's great. It's creative. It's
Whenever
cool.
I watch a documentary, and maybe you have this too, I think to myself, there were never video cameras around when I was a kid.
You know
All
what
these
I
people
think
talk about
of?
their shitty childhoods that were filled with video cameras.
You know what I think of? I can't. Luckily, I'm not one of those people because there's no footage of me as a kid.
Me too.
Like you see,
Zero.
Like, even Cobain. There's all this footage of Cobain.
I
as a
know.
kid. This poor fucking
Rough childhood.
living under a bridge, dude, has all this fucking video of him at birthday parties and shit. And like, here's Kurt and his first guitar. And I was like, what the fuck?
And there's nothing with him as a teenager, but still, all this stuff from the age of like.
I have a thing about Cobain. So he
Bring
drops
on.
out of school.
By the way, just so side note for the listeners, Marty and I talk about Kurt Cobain a lot.
He drops
I'm
out
a
of
diehard
school.
Nirvana fan.
and then instantly is hired as the janitor at that school. That's a huge conflict of interest if I'm the principal. I am not letting this guy. That's crazy. No. I'm going to go, Kurt, I know you need a job. This is not the place for you right now. Also, ethically, I don't think you should be a janitor in a school that you just were a student in.
That I never thought about that because I would
Red
think,
flag city, baby.
Wouldn't you think he's just going to sell them drugs? He knows them all. His customer base is right
He's
here.
just going to be hanging out talking to people and be like, Cobain, we didn't pay you to talk. We paid you to clean the fucking bathrooms.
pick up a mop.
Sorry, I'm just talking to my friends.
Less gab and more sweeping.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
You're gonna give a dude who dropped out the keys to the school?
Yeah, you'd think they'd be like, go fucking
way.
work a real job.
way.
And maybe
No
they
way.
thought, whoa, how about this? Maybe the principal was like a real Mr. Feeney type, Boy Meets World, and he thought, all
This
right,
is gonna help him.
yeah, because he's going to realize what a shitty job it is and how humiliating it must be to clean up after his former classmates.
Also-
and he'll go back to school
Let's
and
go-
take the art school scholarship. You know he had 2 art school scholarships?
Of course.
He had art school scholarships and then dropped off 5 months before graduation.
Also,
Dropped out as a senior.
what maniac wants to go back to the school he went to a week ago and be the janitor there?
Inspiration.
No, it's fucking. I don't know.
All right, what do we got here?
That's weird.
Other people don't like that documentary either.
Thank you, Joe. You're right. It was meh at best.
Joe DeGand.
Dude, people really loving the sleeveless look, Marty.
Hey man, I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody out there. It's feeling. I'm feeling good. Feeling. It's all walking. It's all walking.
It is
guys.
a gorgeous day out, 85 degrees. That's why
Hell
I'm
yeah.
drinking that Miller High Life.
Walking, throwing some weight around.
Marty's drinking the High Life out of a Starbucks cup.
You know what we got at my apartment? In our gym, we got those fucking ropes, man.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
I like them. I like them.
They're so fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
Oh yeah, you got
Doesn't
a
even
gym
feel
in
like
your building?
exercise.
No, it's just like
Nah, it's fucking around time.
Yeah.
That's what I need. When I work out, I want to do something that's like competitive.
Yeah.
I want to play. I want it to be like a game.
Yeah.
I can't just like run in place and stuff like that. It's boring to me.
Yeah.
Although I did just pick up an elliptical. I bought an elliptical off a comedian friend of ours.
Wow.
Yeah, for $50.
Wow.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, it's real cool.
And I got like 2 25-pound weights.
You're killing it.
Curls
Gonna be great.
for girls, tries
Tries
for
for
guys.
No, it's tries for the buys. You got to be more woke now.
I don't need to be actually. I'm going the
Curls
other way.
for the women.
I'm going the other way. I'm going to join those Legion of Skank
tries
guys.
for the buys.
I'm gonna bring up Louis C.K. at my next show. That's where I'm at right now. I'm going the other way. I'm not.
Man.
There's no love for me with the woke crowd.
Yeah.
No, because I could say everything they want me to say, and I probably agree with them on 95%
You
of things
feel like
anyway.
you're still not accepted by the.
Accept it or not,
The woke
they're
comedy
never going
crowd.
to. But I don't care.
I don't
accept it or
understand.
not.
I'm out of it. I don't understand anything.
But you know what I
anymore.
mean? Even though, like.
I'm out. I'm out of everything.
But yeah, but here, let me lay it out for you. On paper, I probably
Yeah.
line up with them on 85 to 90% of things.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
Yeah.
But they'll never give me that push if
what do
I'm
you
running
what do
around
you
tweeting
not
all that
agree
stuff.
with? Let's talk about that. What do you not agree with?
That 15%, which is
yeah.
85. You're 85%.
Maybe not. I don't know. Go list by list. What they think and what I think. I think they overdo it a lot. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think.
I wonder what the knock
I'm
was.
not. I don't think capitalism is the most evil thing in the world like they do.
I agree.
What
with
do you
that.
think the knock was against like Gen X comedy crowds? Was there a knock of like,
The-
because with Gen X it's like you guys are dumb shit, lazy fuckers.
That was the whole knock on them, but then we
Yeah.
forgot about Gen X because millennials came around.
Yeah.
That I
'Cause they're just-
I make that point in one of my jokes where it's like, and other people made this point. Whoever the new thing, whatever's new, we hate.
Yeah.
We just everyone just naturally hates new stuff.
Yeah.
Americans, people in general, don't like change.
Yeah.
They just don't.
New
They-
Coke.
Yeah, like even like someone was talking about this recently. Tesla dropped their price down to like 35 grand, and that one didn't sell, but the $100,000 Tesla sold because it was more prestigious.
Yeah.
So people just don't trust it. They're like, an electric car? I don't know. I know how to get gas. I know how to put this into that, and then it goes.
Yeah.
I don't want to plug shit in.
My
like
new
people,
thing-
even if it's better, they don't want it.
I had somebody corner me about a joke they didn't agree with or whatever, and I was just like listen to them
Ooh,
for
what
a second.
bit? Pray tell.
I say that my dad has Alzheimer's as a joke. Like it's in the joke.
I got it.
I just say he has Alzheimer's. We're just happy he's out of the apartment, but he doesn't. And I didn't even realize that. And someone's like, "You can't joke about disease." I thought because the joke's about my dad shitting his pants, and I'm like, the disease of my dad shitting his pants, but you never articulated. And like, no, Alzheimer's. And like a week later, I was on stage, and as I said that line, I'm like, oh, that's probably what she didn't like. But then her friends, who I had to tell to shut up because they were talking so much, they tried to pull some shit of like, well, from in our culture. We're more boisterous. I'm like, no, you were talking during a comedy show. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I heard this
Yeah,
story.
I was like, I'm shutting that down. I went Tarantino on her. I go, I'm shutting this down. I'm shutting this down right away. And
I heard that. Yeah.
But anyway, my new thing I'm going to do now, if anybody, so like come up to me after a show. Like I'm just shaking
All right, cool.
hands. Come up to me like you have a problem.
Oh, I have a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say great set.
No. Well, thank
hey,
you.
real quick, I don't like armpits. Seeing armpits.
okay,
So maybe
hold on.
wear shirts.
Hold on one
full
second.
size
I would
shirts.
love to talk to you about this. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Then I'm just going to go upstairs and not come down.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my new move.
That's pretty
That's
good.
my new move. Yeah.
I had a joke where a straight woman came up to me saying she didn't like my joke about gay people. Now, the joke was actually about how gay guys hit on people the same way straight dudes do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're very aggressive. They don't give a
Sure.
shit, right?
Sure.
And the joke's not like a knock. It's just an observation.
Yeah.
And as she's saying, she's like, well, I'm with two gay friends of mine. This was in the middle of the show. She came out to the bar. It was
Oh, that's an extra kind of
Laugh
maniac.
Factory,
That's
right?
an extra kind of maniac.
To follow me. She basically followed me.
Yeah,
She's like, he
yeah,
went that
yeah.
way. I'm going to see if he's in the main lobby. I'll
Yeah.
hunt him down.
What was going through her head where it's like, I gotta talk to this guy.
Well, here's how she
I gotta
approached
fucking
me.
talk to this guy.
She said, "What do you do when someone has a problem with one of your jokes?" And I was just like, "What do I do?" And then I'm like, "All right."
I mean, that's an okay way
I
to
kind of
start it.
smiled and I'm like, "All right, what was it?" You know.
Uh-huh.
And then she said again, you know, she's like, "I have two gay friends, and my one friend, he did not like what you were saying, and I could really." And I'm like, "Well, what the other one?" She's like, "Oh, he was laughing." I'm like, "I'll take that ratio."
What if she went?
I'm like 50-50,
What if she
baby.
went? I don't know. He was blowing the other guy as I was talking.
See, how does he get away with saying that? Where I feel like if I did,
Because it's fun to just make
the
fun
tattoos,
of
the tattoos make you
everything.
seem like, I don't know.
Come on, man. I don't know.
I know that is funny. I like it. I'm
And
laughing
I'm sure
at it.
someone didn't like that joke. And
I
to
think
them,
that's
I
great.
say, you don't know what joy is.
Right? What do you think?
If that joke didn't make you smile,
it should have, and it does.
It's-
Most people
it's a
need to.
perfect joke.
Here's a joke. Russ Williamson did a joke on Friday night at my release party. Eric and Nicole Clark, great comics. Sarah Perry, great comic. They both I had sets in which they like alluded to men being bad at making them come, or men don't
Yeah.
make us come, or whatever. And then Russ went up at the end, and he was like, Erica talked about men not making them come, and Sarah did too. And for the 1000th time, women, we don't fucking care.
Oh, wow.
And every dude was crying with like, just so I didn't do it
Yeah.
justice. He said it
Yeah.
so much better than I just did. And like James was laughing just thinking about it.
It's
I
so
laughed
funny.
so hard at
Yeah.
that for some, and
Yeah.
I do care. Obviously, I'm married, but like it was just
I
so
just
funny.
think whatever.
And a lot of women were laughing too, but they were doing
Sure.
that like laugh with the shake in the head, like
These
come on now,
guys.
yeah.
My only thing is just to any comic with any subject, and that it's kind of weird, but it in a funny way it is becoming hack the like men don't make women come, because it's like, yo, listen to the other comics in the show. Like if you're up at the end of the show and your men don't make women come joke doesn't get laughs, it's because like two other people said it. Like I did a show where I was like
Yeah.
the only straight white dude on a show, which is fun, is great. And throughout the show, I'm just listening, and it's just like everyone's hitting on the same shit. I'm like, man, you gotta fucking diversify your portfolio. If they call an audible or at least reference, like, well, so and so talked about this, because
Yeah, 'cause then
everyone's
you
just
could-
like, wait, didn't we? And do you ever get this where I don't know either y'all's situation with your ladies, but I've dated some women who it doesn't matter. They're just not going to come through penis in the vagina sex. I believe it's what it's called. And then
or TNC, tongue on clit.
No.
You like
I'm
the way I
talking
said
about
that?
regular.
I said or that way.
Penal.
Oh, they won't come.
Some women just can't come.
Oh,
that
some
way.
yeah, they can. No, for
Yeah.
sure. It's like a huge percentage can't. Yeah.
Others can. And it's funny when you're dating one of those people who you can make come, and then these women do these jokes, and you're just sitting in the back like, this ain't about me. And then you just fucking raise your glass like a Toby Keith video. You ain't talking about me, and then you just fucking take a sip.
Ain't my dick, sweetheart.
Anyway,
We both sipped at the same time, so there was a little
did.
dead air there, but it's fine. Yeah, you know what though? It's when I hear those jokes sometimes. I did one show once where 3 women went up and they all made jokes about how bad men are at sex. And part of me thinks there's people in the audience who got to be like, maybe it's just you.
yeah.
If like you're just
How much of that is kind of like, you remember like back in the day doing a bit about like, I love eating pussy, it's my favorite thing, hoping a girl in the crowd would be like, eat my pussy. You know what I mean? Like, but there are those jokes where it's kind of like that's
Doesn't that
subliminal,
work?
like, and then it's like, you know, who knows? Who knows why everyone does jokes? I don't know. I'm at a point right now where I just look at comedy as like,
That's a weird thing about stand-up is you could kind of subliminally throw stuff out to the audience.
Sure. It's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I joke about like, I guess they make women come too much, like just joking about it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's just funny. But I mean,
No, that stuff always cracks me up.
but also it's like,
To be overly cocky in a fun way.
These female comic friends we have also do jokes about like fucking guys on mattresses on the floor with no sheets. It's like, well, you know,
Yeah.
you kind of get what you know, you're rolling the dice on that one.
Yeah.
If you begin the story with like, so I went home with this guy and I fucked him on his mattress in the middle of a living room with no sheets, it's like, yeah, you're probably not going to come. You know what I mean?
I wonder if there's a ratio. Men who can make women orgasm, what is their tax bracket? Like, how well are they
Well,
doing
I mean,
financially?
I think you want to set the mood.
Because they say dumb people are really good at banging, but you got to at least have a...
No, I think the dumb people are good at having kids. I don't know about making women come. But sometimes though, like,
I got 2 right here.
Sometimes I'll see a couple, like I'll see like a young couple, and at like, you know, I'll be out like getting coffee or whatever, and like a young couple will walk in, and it's usually like a athletic-y dude with like a smaller chick, and I'm like, God, I bet you guys just bang like crazy. That's the thing when you get older, you'll notice. You see other couples and you go, boy, I bet they just bang all the time.
Any couple that works out together, I assume.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck
Any
yeah,
couple that works out, I assume they get home, fuck, and then shower. And then fuck in the shower, and then when they get... Yeah, it's a lot of banging.
I saw a couple at a grocery store the other day,
Yeah.
and they were like feeling fruit together.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Or
and they
you
were both wearing like the workout stuff.
Or you see a couple that you're just like, God damn, you guys are fucking... I know you're verified amateurs on Pornhub. Like, I just fucking know it,
can
right?
feel it?
I fucking know it. I know they're verified amateurs. But, like, I think if you're a woman, and a lot of it is, you know, in your head, you need to be comfortable. And if you're fucking some dude on a mattress in a living room and no sheet, you're not comfortable. You know what I mean? You want to be comfortable. You want to... Here's the deal. Single guys.
Well, some girls
Make
like
your
dirt.
bed.
Don't some girls like it dirty though? Don't some girls want to bang on a staircase and just you know, look up at a cracked wall in the
Sure.
ceiling and think about
A cracked wall in the ceiling. Think about their dad. I don't know.
Why would
What are you
dad-
talking about? I don't know. We're you know, we're doing too much. We're like thinking, here's what women think, and that's where
No, we don't.
that's
we
where
don't
you get
know.
yourself in trouble. All I
We
can
don't
do
know.
is speak from my story, my truth,
Yeah.
and
It is wildly unfair. I do think about and I've probably talked about this when I've had a female on the podcast before once or twice. I feel like this sounds familiar to me, so listeners.
Are you gonna make me cry?
No, I'm not gonna make you cry. I did.
Fuck you!
I did that once. Everyone acts like that's like
asshole.
my thing. Is that the world would be a different place if women could come as easily as men could come? Wouldn't it just be like, think about the difference there.
Here's my
the
thing.
dichotomy in that.
Here's my thing, and then we probably should get off this subject.
Or we could get on it. You
Why
know what I
did
mean? Get all up
like
in
you
it.
know how women now are like, we want our fucking rights, and we want... What took them so long to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it took them so long to be like, we can't vote. We fuck you guys. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
I think the fear of getting hit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Maybe. Like,
There
I
is
would
something
understand.
to-
I would understand if back in the day, like, we could fly, like we had Superman's powers, and women were just regular humans. It'd be like, yeah, that's why you guys don't get all the rights, because we're fucking Supermen. We fly and we're invincible. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
well, in a way,
but it's just like we're the same. And not only are we the same, they make more people, and we don't.
I know that's the most impressive thing.
Yeah.
The female body is way more impressive than the male
Yeah.
body, but except for the fact that it can't just come on demand like we can.
Well,
Dude,
I don't know.
we could come so quickly.
I think we're
I'm not bragging. We're
No,
not
no.
bragging,
I
right?
know.
I just think my point is that there's scientist dudes out there and dudettes
Yeah.
fucking come up with a
You
pill.
got to change the subject.
No,
up with
no.
a pill.
Come up with a pill that makes women, get there. We got Blue Chew
Would
for
you-
dudes' dicks.
That's right, Blue Chew. Enter promo code BRAD, BlueChew.com, and get me a little money there. They're a sponsor on my podcast.
Do you still have some of those laying around? at
I'm
home?
all out.
right.
Yeah.
Just curious,
I like chomping them. I'll chomp them every once in a
I'm
while.
fine, but you know what I mean. If you want to add sugar to your cereal, you do.
Listen, do you think any guy would be offended if a girl's like, well, I took a
No.
female orgasm pill before we had sex? That's why. It wasn't you.
Well, I think it'd be offended if they imply that, oh, you sucked, but I still got there only because of the pill.
Because I took the pill.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Just to be mean.
I think it's just that is mean.
What if there's a woman who hates a guy so much, or she's like a female comic and her bit's about like, guys can't make me come, and a guy's clearly making her come, but she can't sell it because it would ruin her like street cred. So as she was coming, she's just like, I gotta act like I'm not coming. Just be like, well, anyway.
I had a roommate once who the next morning was like, hey, dude, sorry, that girl was loud, huh? And I'm like, I didn't hear anything. And he's like, nah, you heard that. I'm like, dude, I slept like a baby. I didn't hear shit. And I was worried that like one of these days he was going to be like, we're doing it against this wall. I'm going to wake that motherfucker up like it was a challenge I was laying down.
What a dude thing.
What a dude thing, man.
Sorry.
All right, dude. I like this new you. So you lost 10 pounds.
We changed. Yeah.
You said to change the subject. I'm trying to come
James,
up.
edit all that out for the.
No, we're keeping that.
Go ahead,
man.
Joe. Yes, I have lost over 10 pounds. I think we're
10 pounds.
we're in the 12 range.
So what do you weigh, if you don't mind me asking?
I am at 178 right now. That's
pretty good.
I got up to 192.
Dude, I was
shit.
up there. I'm down to like 187.
Part
now.
of me goes, let's hit 200, and then
and then jump off a bridge.
and then here's the problem though. Here's the problem. As I get fatter, I look in the mirror and I see my dad, and I'm like, fuck this shit. I gotta fucking.
Oh, Mike DeRosa is a handsome man.
I gotta write this wrong, and I was just that was the heaviest I ever
You
was.
grew your hair back?
Yeah, my hair is
shaving
back.
That's
it's
good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
It's fun
Do
to
you
have
grow
hair.
for more commercial roles so you can play that dad that's like
Yeah.
kids?
No, I actually was so depressed. This went back to when I was my heaviest, and I was real depressed. And for me, like for some people, it's like the new year starts in January, but for me, it's like April when there's WrestleMania, because that's kind of like that's like the big time for wrestling fans and for the podcast. We go out to wherever it's at and we do live shows and the WrestleCon and stuff like that. And I was super depressed this winter, and I was just like, I can't go. I watched everything from home this year. Sarah went, my girlfriend Sarah went. She did shows, she called shows. I was like, I can't go.
So it's almost like you skipping Christmas.
Exactly. And one of the things I told myself was like, next year, the WrestleMania in 2020, I want to look better, I want to feel better, and all this stuff. And I was trying to, and I'm always like, I'm gonna start doing this, and then I never do anything. And for some reason, I was just like, I'm just gonna start walking. That's gonna be my thing. I got one of those Fitbits. I read an article. They're like, oh, 10,000 steps a day, whatever. And I know there's some people like, that's just marketing from a pedometer company, because there was like a company in Japan that was like, but actually, it's actually really great for you.
Yeah,
And,
of course. There's no negative to that.
So I did a 30-day plan where I was like, I'm gonna walk 10,000 steps, not 10,000 miles, 10,000 steps every day. And I like crushed those numbers. And what I would do is I would just wake up and I would go to a coffee shop a couple miles away, get there, read, write, do some shit, and then walk home. And I would already have it done. And then I started like walking to shows and stuff. Like if I had to be at like Zany's from my house, it's like 2.5 miles. I was like, let's just walk there, leave a little early. And there were so many things where I'm like, fuck, I used to take like an Uber that place. I'm like, that place is super close.
Oh, so things are changing your perspective of how far things are.
Yeah, and it's like I would say like day 4, my brain started feeling better, and it felt like I was on like, I'm not a big medication guy for my depression, but it felt like
besides marijuana.
Yeah, of course. It felt like medication kicked in. I was like, whoa, shit.
Oh, there you go.
And it's been awesome.
See, I like what you're doing though. With the walks, you have to have a destination. I feel like
Yes.
because I don't know how some people just go for runs where they're like, I'm just gonna run around in a circle.
Sometimes it's like I'll just start walking, and if like the light is red, that's the walk, so I'll walk over there. But I know where all the coffee shops are in Chicago, so it's like
so
I'll,
you're going to a
I'll
place
go
to
wherever
get something
I go.
done. You're going to a comedy show to work.
Yeah.
And you're doing. See,
Yeah.
that's the way it goes. I like New York. I mentioned walk around in New York. What's cool about New York, though, what made walks feel, because so much is psychological, is so much like the streets of Manhattan are numbered. So I remember when I was with, not to drop names, Nick Vatterach, great comedian, everyone look him up. We were going to lunch. I can't remember we were going to some
Joe's
deli.
dropping some powerful names today, James. I don't know if you caught that. We got a Steve Byrne and Nick Vatterott so far.
I mean, I'm blown away by the sheer force of those names.
I'm just
pretty good.
That email I'm going to get from Steve Byrne is going to be like
Pretty good.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So, we're going to some deli, and I remember we were at
How do you know Steve Byrne? Through Vince Vaughn?
Yeah. I know Vince Vaughn.
Joe
through
was
Steve
in the
Byrne.
fucking Rat Pack for a little
I
while
know
there.
Vince Vaughn through Steve
Joe
Byrne.
was in the Rat Pack for a while there.
Vince is a very nice guy, everyone. So,
How's that guy from Christmas Story?
Peter Billingsley?
Yeah.
He co-produced the
Fuck,
documentary.
yeah,
we
baby.
loved so much. I think he's a producer on that doc. So no, the number of the streets go down. So I remember we were at like, 100 on First, and he's like, oh, we got to get down to 89th. So that's 12 blocks, but really it's cool to be like, oh, 87th,
Yeah.
86th. That's why I like.
Dude.
You need to have some sort
And
of
I
thing.
live by the lake now, so sometimes I'll just take the lake place. Oh, I'm so
That's
fucking-
cool, too. You
so
got-
fucking good.
Because if you're just walking through like, I don't
And-
know,
and I
I can't
know
walk through a
I'm-
park. It's boring.
And I know I'm old too, because as I'm walking, I'll see some women, and I'll be like, "Oh boy!" Like it's just so funny to be like I thought about you with your joke. Where I'm like, I got to see what this lady's face looks like, and I'm not trying to have sex with them or hit on them or anything.
No, but you're curious.
But I'm like, I got to see this face.
yeah, that's track 2 off the album.
Sometimes when
everybody.
you walk by and you see a good face, you want to go, "That's good."
It is
Thumbs up, good face, good face, lady. That's what I was hoping for. Because sometimes you think, "Oh, I know what she's gonna look like," and then you get close. And, oh, that's not what I thought.
the worst. This is the worst. That happened to me very recently.
Yeah.
I was at a mall, or it was a mall parking lot. I was at the Target, and
I don't think Target should be at malls. I'm just saying.
it is. It's connected to a mall.
No.
Harlem and Irving.
I don't
And
agree
it's-
with that. They should be freestanding.
I think so too. Usually, but they share a parking lot. It's a rooftop parking lot. I was
I
on.
get it.
And this woman from behind, I remember being like, man, she looks amazing.
Yeah.
Everything about her from behind screamed 28-year-old.
Yeah.
When I got in front, 17 probably. And
Oh, I
felt
thought you were saying, like,
such a
70,
creep.
like,
no,
fuck
I
yeah.
felt like such a creep. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Hopefully she could have been 18 though, but it was a real
Yeah.
like young face. But Selena Gomez has that. Selena Gomez is like 30 now, and she still has that like I'm maybe
Kid face.
maybe 14 face.
I call that kid face.
It's I don't like that.
There used to be a waitress at a place I used to go to, and I used to refer to her as kid face to my friends because she had a very childlike face.
Yeah. You ever look back at I was going through like old boxes of stuff, and I thought, ooh, maybe I got some Throwback Thursday pictures in these boxes. And I found some from our class trip to Washington, D.C., which you actually liked one of my pictures from my class D.C.
I did. It was nice.
Wearing the wolf pack in front of the White
Yeah.
House. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I was going through some pictures, and I saw the couple girls.
I
and I'm
saw that
like,
and I just heard dun, 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 dun,
Ooh,
dun, dun, dun,
ah,
dun,
such a good.
dun,
That's one of my favorite entrances of all time. Maybe
Yeah.
DX is a better song. Or Wolfpack's is pretty close, though.
It's like they're different because the Wolfpack's music is so chill,
yeah.
and DX is like, ooh,
We know you
something's about
don't
to go
like
down.
aggressive.
Something's about to go down.
It is more like that. Break it down.
Yeah,
It's-
which is great.
I always
but
thought that was Rage Against the Machine, but it's not.
But DX is like, that's pretty. I mean, a Wolfpack is like chill. It's Austin said you need a song that you don't have to run to the ring to. Like Ultimate Warrior's song, you got to run to the ring.
Oh,
that
you
song.
have to, for
But
sure.
Austin's like, nah, you want a song that you can walk to the ring with.
Stone has that. He had that strut, that
Fuck
like
yeah.
stone
Yeah.
cold strut. Did the Vince McMahon like billionaire strut that he was that a just kind of taken away from Stone Cold and like
No,
amplifying
I think
it?
that's Vince just kind of amplified.
And Conor McGregor does it.
Yeah, he really does it.
But do you know who? Yeah, that's become his like signature.
Yeah.
But he even admits that he said he goes,
Yeah.
I took it from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
But to me, it reminds me of Liam Gallagher from Oasis' walk.
He does
which
that
is just
for
his
sure.
natural walk.
And he beat everybody on that one.
For sure he did.
Yeah,
he was
he
doing
beat
that in like
everyone on that.
1994.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember watching the Oasis documentary. Did you ever see that?
I did.
What'd you think?
That's a documentary.
Great documentary, yeah. So
Now that's what I call a documentary.
Supersonic, everyone. It's on Amazon. It might be on Netflix now. I think it's on Netflix
it's on
now.
everything.
It's on everything.
Can't go wrong. It's a lot of black and white footage.
That was
It's great.
cool though,
A
because
lot
the
of
way
good concert footage.
great concert footage, great behind the scenes stuff of them hammered and
Yeah.
and then and some good stories there. But when they described Liam, like the bonehead who was like the one guy who asked Liam to join the one band called The Rain, and he's like, I'm not gonna be in a band called The Fucking Rain.
Yeah.
And they came up with the name Oasis, and then Noel joined. But when they describe Liam, everyone mentions his walk. They go, Liam, something about him was just
Goofy,
cool.
dude.
Cool haircut, cool
Is
walk.
he the one who got hit in the head and that kind of changed everything?
Yeah, they got
for
hit
him?
in the head with a
Okay.
hammer.
Yeah, and then
Rival
he
school.
was like, I'm a musician now.
Yeah,
He like
goes, "This is
came
my
to and was
epiphany."
like, I'm a musician now.
And then I just love the way British people talk. In the beginning of it, you hear the guy who's doing the documentary ask Noel like a question. And it's kind of a loaded question. And then he even says, sorry, it's kind of a big question. He's like,
Yeah.
it is a big question. And it deserves a big answer. And it's like, motherfucker, that's cool.
There's a Blur doc.
Is there? I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind checking that out. I was on the Oasis side of that rivalry between Blur and Oasis.
Because I was
We're
telling
getting
you,
real 90s music on everyone right now.
I was telling you I recently read a book called Your Favorite Band is Killing Me or something like that.
Yeah.
And they did a Blur Oasis also. And it was kind of like, for some reason, even though we had no stake in the matter, whether it was Blur versus Oasis, Pearl Jam versus Nirvana, a lot of people like took sides and they're like, no, this is my side. This is my fucking team. And yeah, Blur, I mean,
they had a few fun songs, but
yeah.
Oasis just, you could tell, to me, when I look at both of those,
It's called Your Favorite Band is Killing Me.
your favorite band's Killing Me. All right, cool. When I look at both of those,
Blur and Oasis.
And it is fun, Blur, Oasis, and Nirvana, Pearl Jam. When I look at both of those, like, which side are you on? It does make me laugh because people talk about music now, and I remember, like, Kanye talking shit about this, and, like, can you believe people talking? I'm like, dude, since the beginning of music, artists have talked shit about other artists.
Sure.
I'm sure Mozart said Beethoven was a fucking dick licker.
Sure.
I'm sure, like,
Prince and
Bach said...
Prince and Michael Jackson were competitive.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
tried
natural.
not to be,
It's
though.
just natural.
Oh,
no,
Elvis and the
Prince
Beatles?
did not try.
Well, no,
Prince-
Michael wanted to do a duet with him. You ever hear that story?
He wanted him to be a little subservient bitch and bad.
He's yeah.
No.
He goes, I'm not going to say your butt is mine.
No,
Well,
Prince was too smart for that. He goes, nah, I'm not doing that.
And Prince was a huge homophobe. That's well documented. Prince was a homophobe. People are looking at me like I'm crazy.
Because he's a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah. And he's got quotes. He's got
Yeah.
quotes. And Sinead O'Connor said that he tried to hit her once.
Whoa.
They like hung out because she was, she sang the song that he wrote
Yeah.
but he gave it to her.
Yeah.
And then later was like being a dick in some situation. And I don't know.
And I bet.
I think Sinead O'Connor would beat the fuck out of Prince, though. Don't get me
Probably.
wrong. Prince is a badass, one of the greatest musicians of all time. But I feel like Irish woman, oh man, she would fuck him up. He's tiny too.
They had a chapter about Michael Jackson and Prince.
Did they?
In that
I
book
want to
as
read this
well.
book now. I like a little versus
Yeah.
thing. But the Oasis and
This is
Blur.
great. Real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
real
for sure.
quick aside. They were interviewing Prince, and in one of the interviews where he wasn't being a weirdo, he did one interview with I think the BBC, and he's like, "Here's my conditions. Number one, I'm gonna have my face covered, and number two, I'm not gonna answer any of your questions." So this guy's like, so Prince, what's your thing with this? And he would just look, and the woman he was with was like, he's happy to be here, and he had this like fucking curtain over his face. But in another interview, he was being asked about Michael Jackson, and he's like, Michael Jackson's a genius. And they go, what do you think about Janet Jackson? He goes, sister of a genius, which I think is great.
It was pretty funny. Prince was actually on an episode of New Girl.
Yes.
I love that show, by the way. New
Funny.
Girl's
Want to hear a
really
story about
good.
that?
It's done now. But
So, great story about that is they were trying to figure out, well, who would be like backstage at a Prince party? So they were trying to think like what celebrities could we grab to be in it? And someone on the show might have told the story on like Conan or something. And they were like, oh, let's grab like the Kardashians. They're hot, blah, blah, blah. Someone knew them. They're like, I'll call the Kardashians. And Prince on his way there was just like, so what's the deal? And they're explaining stuff. And they're like, yeah, we're going to have like celebs backstage. And he goes, cool, just don't have anyone like those fucking Kardashians backstage. And they're like, oh shit. And they had to tell him like, hey, you guys got to go.
wow, good on Prince.
Fuck yeah.
I remember watching the episode. They had Clayton Kershaw, the pitcher from the Dodgers.
There you go.
I kind of like. He's probably a baseball.
I don't want
fan.
no Kardashians or Clayton Kershaws at my fucking concert.
He's
Oh,
like
shit.
it, though. It's like Cy Young winner. Sure, he can hang
Kardashians,
out.
Clayton, get the fuck out.
Ah, dude. But with those Oasis versus Blur, when I choose Oasis because I can hear an Oasis song now,
Let me ask you
and
this
it
question.
sounds like it could have came out a couple weeks ago.
Let me ask you this question.
Same with Nirvana.
Do you think most people who are Team Nirvana are also Team Oasis?
I bet there's something between the two. Yes.
I bet there's some correlations.
Yeah, well,
if you map all these, I bet there's some correlations.
Well, this is something Noel Gallagher actually said. They had I was watching like some YouTube video of artists on Nirvana. So it was all these great people talking about Nirvana, and it was like the 25-year anniversary of Nevermind. So maybe which would be This year, right? No. It would have
90.
been. It would have been 2015
or 2.
So 91 to 2011. It would have been like 2016 or something. So it was a few years ago. And Noel Gallagher was listening. They're playing some stuff, and the artist is listening to it, commenting. And he goes, "See, to me, if I heard this today, this would still sound like the future of rock." And that's what I thought when I first heard it. When I first heard it in 1991, I'm like, "This is the future."
Yeah.
And I hear it now. And I try to pretend like I don't know where I am, and I'm still getting the same little.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of said that. And as much as I'm a Pearl Jam fan. I'm not knocking Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam to me, when I hear like a song off of 10 or Vitalogy or Versus, it sounds like the 90s to me.
For sure.
Because of the way Eddie sang and the way Chris Cornell sang and the way Scott Weiland sang. They kind of did that. In the movie Ted?
Yeah.
In the movie Ted, when he talks about how everyone in the 90s stretched out their vowels.
Yeah.
A-E-I-O-U. He did that.
I just think
Kurt didn't sing that way. Kurt didn't do that with his voice.
They're just
different
better.
too.
Like I think
Pearl Jam was better than Nirvana.
No. Nirvana was better.
Thank you.
Like I think In Utero. I have In Utero as number 1.
So you asked me what my favorite one
Yeah.
was. It changes year to year.
I know.
Year to year it changes.
But I think In Utero is their most interesting.
That was my answer for a long time, and then it went back to Nevermind because everyone was like, "Oh, Nevermind was overproduced in retrospect."
Mm-hmm.
And then I started listening to but the
Have
songs
you-
in Nevermind that pop out to me are like "Drain You," "Lounge Act."
Have you heard the
Breed?
the Butch Vig cut of
Nevermind?
Nevermind?
No, I think maybe. Does it sound a little different?
A little bit.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I like Bleach. Bleach is such a dope album, even though the last few songs are weird as hell. Those song like School's got that crazy riff, and Blue and Floyd the Barber. They're like the lyrics to Floyd the Barber are about a dude getting molested while getting a haircut.
Yeah.
It's fucking great lyrics. Pull up the lyrics to Floyd the Barber by Nirvana if you don't mind. It's kind of you don't have to do that.
I'm kidding.
Dude, what else? I wanted to get your opinion on this.
What?
Because I know you're a big conspiracy guy.
I was.
Well, I mean, you know them.
It's not fun anymore. The alt-right fucked it up.
Yeah, I could see that.
Pizzagate put a bad taste in my mouth. No, go ahead. Fire
Put
away.
a bad taste in some kids' mouths
Fire away.
after eating pizza, I think. So O.J. Simpson's on Twitter.
Yes.
Already has way more followers than everyone.
Sure.
That we like.
Sure. Who doesn't want to follow a murderer?
I know, that's insane to me. It's so dumb that people are following him. Anyhow, I heard this theory
Oh, okay.
that it was his son that killed him.
Of course.
Which I know you'd heard before, but
He's
I never
a
heard
chef.
that one.
He's a chef. They think those were chef knives.
How can you kill your own mom, though?
He called off
Or no,
work
was it the
that
son
day?
that it wasn't his mother?
No, OJ's son from a previous marriage.
Killed the wife and
Who's got a history of
why?
violent mental outbreaks. I don't know.
And I didn't realize that.
Bad temper, fired from jobs, real bad dude.
But what was his motive to kill his dad's ex-wife?
There's
or
a
his
thing.
ex-stepmother.
She didn't go to his restaurant one time or something. I don't know. I can't see hey son, you wanna help me kill somebody? Okay, Dad.
Oh no! The theory I heard was that the kid just did it on his own, and then the dad covered up for him. And that's why it looks like the dad. That's why OJ looks like he might
That's
have done
too
it.
many moving parts happening
OJ
at
did
the
it
same
then.
time.
Do we think OJ did it?
Yeah,
I
I
think OJ did
do.
You're almost considered crazy if you don't think OJ did it.
You know what?
When I was a kid, I was glad he was innocent.
Lots of people. I don't know.
I was
if those,
10 and I was happy he was innocent because I loved the Naked Gun.
I don't know if those people actually think, because it was that whole Bronco chase was this week in '94.
It was like 25 years ago.
Yeah,
June,
to this day.
June 8th, 1990.
No,
June 8th is when it was released, though. June something, because there was a documentary on ESPN called June something, 1994.
Yeah,
we're talking
because I
about
listened to a
OJ,
podcast where they go through the week in wrestling years ago.
Maybe it was June 23rd.
And they were talking about how ratings were low for things
remember,
and attendance was low for things because
Stanley
everyone
Cup was
stayed
going
home
on,
and watched
the
OJ.
NBA
Everyone
finals.
stayed home and watched OJ. I would love to know at the end of the day what happened there. You know?
I do too, badly.
Yeah.
Not badly, but because it was everyone's like, this is the
You just gotta wait.
trial of the
you
century.
gotta wait and see.
You think he's going to get a deathbed thing?
I don't know.
We didn't get a deathbed. Well, supposedly every deathbed JFK confession, people were like, well, they were already out of their mind. Who knows if that's true?
But I mean, we found out who did the Church's Chicken thing here in Chicago, the Chicagoland area.
Brown's Chicken.
Brown's Chicken.
Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry, Churches.
Yeah,
Brown's
is way
Chicken.
better. That ruined
and
Brown's.
Pasta.
That ruined Brown's.
Yeah.
No, because Brown's was great.
Sure, who wants to go to Brown's?
There was
It's
a
the
Brown's
murder place.
There was a Brown's by my
In
old house.
Palatine.
Rudy Ascott, if you're listening, he loved the Browns.
In Palatine.
Yeah,
That's where it
the one in
was.
Palatine. I know.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, we finally found out what happened.
Let me ask you
with
this. If you, and I've asked this question before, on podcasts. I think that's a fun question. Would you rather know what happened with JFK or OJ?
JFK.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I don't.
All right.
Sorry, Nicole and Ron.
Fair enough.
I don't give a fuck
Fair
about
enough.
you.
JFK or 9/11? I think that when you're doing the tournament of condiments, I think the
We should do a
conspiracy.
conspiracy theory
I
tournament.
think
is a
you
great
got.
idea.
I think you got your big ones are moon landing, JFK, 9/11.
I want to know JFK
OJ.
still over 9/11. I'm taking
You want to know JFK?
over 9/11? Yeah, because to me JFK was the thing that everything after JFK. That was like the needle. I don't know, the thing that.
See,
what's the fucking expression? I'm
Finding a
looking for?
needle in a haystack.
No, it's not finding. It's the thing. It was the domino.
The
The
straw
final
that
domino.
broke the camel's back.
That's what it was. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
So I think the JFK thing was long enough ago. Or Jesus Christ, my brain. It happened so long ago, and I think that was a time too where like those fucking G-men, those government men were like, I will take this secret to my fucking grave. Like,
Yeah.
I think there were some like real hardcore
They
psychos
thought
in the
that
government
we're patriots and
who
this
were
is what
like,
we're
this
doing.
is what we do. You know what I mean? Like this whole thing of like, welcome to the fucking CIA. Now we're gonna
'Cause they
show
convince
you some
themselves.
shit.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay, well, no spoiler really, but they called this isn't really even a spoiler at all. Jaime Lannister's the Kingslayer because he had killed a previous king. You don't see which king he killed. You know, it was alluded to like that happened like years before the show picks up.
Yeah.
And he explained why, and then some people were like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how those G-men felt about killing Kennedy. They felt like
Yeah.
they had to, even
Yeah.
though it was bullshit. The reasons they were told why they had to.
Yeah.
He was a traitor. He was a communist. All this kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Right. The reason I choose Kennedy is because look at all that happened after Kennedy. That people have written books. If Kennedy had lived, none of this shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it's theory, but they believe Vietnam doesn't get escalated to the point it does because really he just wanted to send advisor troops, not combat soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
He believed it was the Vietnamese' war to win or lose, so he never would have done like all that other crazy stuff that would happen, you know, the Tet Offensive or all that other kind of stuff. And with race relations, you know what I mean? Would things have gotten so crazy under his leadership? Would Martin Luther King have been assassinated? Would his brother Bobby have been
Marilyn
assassinated?
Monroe.
Well, you know, like keep your
Assassinated.
mouth shut
She
after
was
you get some good dicks.
Marilyn
sweetheart.
Monroe was clearly assassinated.
She probably, yeah, I think she was.
Clearly. Oh, here's another one. Cobain's death.
Ooh, damn it. That's the music that changed my life. Nirvana's music changed my life in the sense that I had no musical direction before that. I listened to oldies in the car with my dad.
Yeah.
Rap and R&B
Do we
with
have
my
our very own?
babysitters.
Do we have one bracket that's just music?
This
Like
is-
Biggie,
me and you should do
Biggie,
this one.
Tupac, Cobain.
We could do a music bracket, a politics bracket,
Yeah.
a world events bracket, and then just miscellaneous or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like this. This is a good thing. You might have to hash this out over some edibles and some Miller High Life, which is what I'm drinking today, everybody, because it's a champagne and beers and it's 85 and sunny outside.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend. You have a good weekend?
Yeah.
That's a good weekend.
I
But
did.
yeah, I like the condiment tournament. Also, we got to do a documentary about these. I hit up Toby McMullen, who's the co-creator of the condiment tournament.
Yeah.
Or how do you say it?
Condiment tournament.
Condiment tournament, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was called the Conda tournament.
It's condiment tournament.
Condiment tournament. Whatever. We're gonna do like a mockumentary about it and get people's like reactions doing like talking heads. I messaged him going, we're doing a mockumentary about this fucking tournament that's been tearing people apart.
Yeah.
Everyone going nuts over ketchup.
Couples
versus,
have broken up.
Dude, I don't even want to book certain people on our
Yeah.
shows anymore because of the way they think about stuff. That one shit I never heard of beat the fuck out of like something super popular.
What?
What was it? The fish thing that goes on fish? It's
Tartar
called-
sauce?
Not tartar sauce lost
Oh,
to
hoisin.
something. Hoisin beat tartar sauce, right?
think
I don't
so.
even like tartar sauce,
Hoisin's,
but
yeah.
I've never even heard of hoisin.
Well,
This is fucking white privilege. This whole fucking tournament. It's for people who got to have fancy ass condiments growing
I
up.
think that's more of Asian.
I grew up a kid.
I think 1 billion Chinese people might.
Yeah,
say
but I don't
that's-
think you think those two have a billion Chinese friends. Please, sweaty hipsters is the whole fucking.
What did Hoisin beat?
Sweaty hipsters who
here,
have suburban
let me look.
parents who really love them, but they don't think they love
What
them
was
because
the?
they didn't
Is
let
there
them go to
has
camp.
a winner been crowned yet, or
No, we're in the second round.
They're
Sweet
finishing
16?
brackets still.
or 32? Did that go
There's
64?
16 now.
Okay, so we're in the Sweet 16.
Hoisin beat tartar sauce. So it's gonna be Hoisin and Buffalo in the next round. Right now, it's
Barbecue's winning. I hope.
today it's salsa verde and barbecue sauce. Barbecue is
Barbecue should handily.
destroying.
Yeah, I would
Should
assume
be.
handily.
Yeah,
I said
destroying.
that should have been seeded. the
No,
rankings.
you cannot.
I
I was thinking
know.
about this in the shower
This is
today,
the
too.
third podcast I've talked about this.
You
Sorry, everybody.
cannot seed a subjective
Yeah.
bracket.
Yes,
Who
you
decide?
can't.
No.
Based on ketchup is on every table in the fucking country.
Joe.
It's still subjective.
Joe.
Do you use the ketchup every time?
No,
Joe.
but you know what's going to happen when you do it? It's not like this. The finals are going to be anticlimactic. You understand that, right?
Oh, dude,
no
no,
one's going to
it's
give
not.
a shit.
There's
No,
going
it's
to be
not.
two powerhouses.
No,
It's
it
going to
won't
be
be too
Chipotle
powerhouse.
mayo
It's
and
not
garlic
like it's
aioli.
gonna
Chipotle
be-
mayo is going to win.
No, because they might face in the second round.
Nope, they're on opposite sides.
Well, that's just luckily because you did it randomly. So you
Thank
got
God.
fucking lucky on that, didn't you?
Yeah, isn't that fun though?
No, it's not fun. Put some fucking effort and seed the goddamn thing. I get annoyed that the NBA playoffs aren't seeded. They're on each bracket, but
they
like
should just go one.
I
whole
think
seed.
there shouldn't be an East versus a West.
Yeah.
I think it should be top 16, one versus 16. That way you could get the two true best teams.
I'm not
at the
even
end.
a basketball fan, but I agree with that.
Right, because like 2 years ago when it was Golden, not this past year, obviously.
These
when it was
dynasties, it's too easy.
It's Golden State versus the Cavs. Golden State swept the Cavs in the finals. That was the only series Golden State had swept,
'Cause
which means the Cavs were probably the sixth best team.
there
not
were
the
those.
second.
There were those years where it was like whoever gets out of this side, that's the real championship.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Whoever won the West for a long time was the true champion.
Yeah.
because the East was just sending someone who really would probably be a 7th seed in the West. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not good for sports. I want to see the best versus the best, and I wanted to see, ketchup versus your
I mean,
whatever.
but you
should at
gotta
least been
think,
a
though.
semifinal.
In this, Joe, in Joe's perfect world, it's like ketchup and mustard in the finals, right?
I'm
Yeah,
not even a
wow.
mustard
Isn't
guy.
How
that-
exciting.
I know, right? That's where you got to shake things up a little bit.
Jesus.
Hey,
I think
look,
they should have
man.
been. I'm not saying they should have won.
Late-
Dude,
that-
it's
Because
ketchup.
I would
you know-
have been happy
you know
with
what ketchup-
guacamole.
you know-
Guacamole got eliminated early.
You know what
No, it
ketchup and
didn't.
mustard are?
Guacamole and ranch.
Ketchup and mustard are the Lakers and the Celtics. They had their fucking runs. They had their runs, baby.
but I
And
like this-
did we love it? But you know what, man? We're in a fucking now. The fucking the Warriors. That's fucking garlic aioli. They're fucking
Yeah, man.
crushing it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not against these things.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
My point is that ketchup is better than garlic aioli.
Yep,
Whatever the
and
fuck
that is
I
a
have.
subjective and frankly wrong opinion, which would have done
You know
horribly.
what you
in a
did? You
seeded
had
tournament.
a post the other day where I wanted to fucking get you on your own little hypocrisy.
Okay.
He did a thing where he was
Yeah.
like, we hang out so much that I'm catching him on
Yeah.
that. He was the thing where he was like ketchup and mustard for children.
Yeah.
You had something about, what was it about? Peanut butter and jelly maybe? And I wanted to be like, that's for fucking 12-year-olds.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't you, but you had something where I'm like, oh, I thought that was for kids. I thought you hated things that were for kids. What was it? You commented on something? I can't remember what it was now.
Wasn't me, Joe. It's wishful thinking. Sounds like.
Let me ask you guys this.
Yes.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make it? Let me be more specific here.
Yeah.
What goes first on what?
No, you take the knife. You
Yeah.
do the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Right, on one piece of bread.
Yeah. Jelly on the other side.
Yes.
Combine them.
Do you switch the knives?
Ooh.
I would probably lick the knife. Oh wait.
None other people use it.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't be doing that.
Boom, 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 boom. I don't know, man. I got to put myself in that situation.
When was the last time you had peanut butter and jelly?
I don't know. I'm not a child, so a long time ago.
This is why you guys both probably.
I don't make.
You're walking. You're feeling better. Start
Fucking-
doing childlike activity. You
I
guys
mean,
do.
when
you,
I
you
make
like
when I
wrestling.
make my avocado toast in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm
baby.
getting big on avocado
You guys
toast.
do avocado
Pretty
toast.
good.
You have
Dude.
some
Pretty
aioli,
good.
Dude.
garlic stuff.
I'm throwing pears on it. I'm going crazy.
Oh,
man.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going pears and fucking little gargonzola.
What's up? I gotta thank Abby Sanchez for switching time slots. I mean, we're
Pears
about to
and-
wrap up, so you're next, buddy.
Pears and gargonzola, little fucking balsamic vinaigrette. It's good, man. It's a
I
good
like
life.
balls. I like that's another thing
It's a
about this
good life.
stupid ass thing. They had like a vinaigrette or balsamic. Balsamic
What was on
vinaigrette, not a condiment. It's a dressing.
Balsamic vinaigrette.
They had dressings
Is
as
that on there?
condiments. No, it
Dress-
was. Italian
condom-
was.
Dressings are condiments.
yeah.
Fucking not.
They go on stuff.
What do you call Thousand Island? That's on your fucking Big Mac.
It's Thousand Island has some range. I'll give Thousand Island some credit, but like,
So you're
my God, man.
it's consistency with you.
I don't.
it's
know.
gotta
I
be
just
thick.
Don't know
If I
why
dip a-
you guys have to make
if I dip a
everything
fry
so
in it-
dumb and nerdy.
If it were up to me, Cheetos would be on this fucking tournament.
That's what it was. You had your fucking bags of Cheetos.
Yeah, Cheetos are condiments.
Those
bitch.
are fucking for children. I had all that shit when I was
What are
8.
you talking about?
This guy's eating
Marty,
fucking
can you believe this
Cheetos.
shit?
Joe, Fritos are
Cheetos. You
Cheeto-
ride in. You know what you do? You ride the
Cheetos.
someone's pegs. Your
Cheetos.
buddy's riding a GT Dyno freestyle bike. You're on the pegs eating Cheetos at the same time. You ride past girls. You go, "What's up, chicks?" That's what you do.
That
Hey,
sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, that's what we did when I was fucking 12.
You
and then
gotta
I grew
watch.
Up. I
You
got a
gotta watch
car.
some of these Vice cooking shows. You're way off.
Yeah,
here.
dog. Come on.
No,
Get with the times, Joe.
This
on,
guy,
man.
he posted a thing about you think Cheetos is for adults.
Put some flaming hot and some fucking chili.
You think
or
kids
something.
can eat fucking Flamin' Hot Cheetos,
Yeah,
Joe?
13-year-olds, 12 and 13-year-olds are kids to me.
They're basically adults.
You hear that? Fucking.
Hey, you seen these kids
Fucking
lately?
pedophile over here. Fucking
Have
basically
you
adults.
seen these kids lately?
Wow. Speaking of kids, though, we'll end on this real quick because
Yes.
there's another great podcast coming
Yes.
in. And Marty, thank you for your time, buddy. I love having you on the podcast. What, I'm trying to be nice and professional.
Sure, no, it's great.
Why you guys are laughing when I thank people?
I love it, Joe.
I saw Toy Story 4 over the weekend. Did you see it yet?
Congratulations. No, I haven't seen Toy Story 2 or 3 or 4.
Is that because you're not a
I
child?
thought you saw Toy Story 3.
No, I just saw Wall-E. My girlfriend kept saying you got to see Wall-E, and it was great.
All right. Well, I'm at a point where
Did you love 4?
I did, but God damn it, got sad at the end.
I heard.
The third one was sad at the end too.
I heard.
I
Got to make these kids tough. Got to make them tough. Got to let them know people are gonna die.
They say Toy Story 4 is gonna be the last one,
Yeah.
but then Toy Story 3 was 2010. They could have made that one the last one. That would have been a perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
If they didn't make it Toy Story 4, which I actually liked a lot, Toy Story 3 to me is my second favorite trilogy of all time. Maybe my first.
Oh, okay.
Dark Knight trilogy I'd probably rank just above it.
Okay.
As far as the trilogy, you haven't seen 2 or 3, so you can't say anything.
Right.
But now I
Maybe
want to
saw
buy all
2.
the toys.
Maybe
dude.
I saw 2.
When you're in a
Yeah. What's that about? What's that about? Buying these toys.
So I have a 2-year-old son, so I want to buy him because he gets jacked up for him. But then
Okay.
I realized maybe I just want to buy him because I like him.
Yeah.
Part of me likes him, dude.
Sure.
I had to go to Target the other day by myself. I know you're not a big Target fan.
Ooh, you're
apparently.
hunting for figures. First of all, you picked the worst time to get into hunting for figures. Toys R Us is gone. KB is gone.
So everything's more expensive?
No.
Yeah, I go on Facebook Marketplace. And you see
there's
stuff.
just no place to buy fucking toys anymore.
Yeah, Amazon and like.
But what's the
Target
fun of that?
and-
I remember as a kid or even a teenager still buying wrestling figures, getting there and fucking turning that aisle and just being like, oh fuck.
I know that was the
They're
best.
all
KB
here.
Toys, Toys
Yeah.
R Us.
Yeah. And now, like, I love, like, when someone posts a wrestling figure still in the box with that KB, like, the red slash, because KB always fucking marked toys up and then marked them
Always.
down.
Yeah.
And instead of, like, $6.99, it would have a red slash.
They did it
like,
with the red pen sometimes.
3 for
those lazy
red pen,
fucks.
the red
Yeah,
pen for sure.
yeah.
The red pen, like 3 for $10. It was like, fuck yeah.
That was like the one store that their employees really had to work because they had to go through everyone fucking
Right?
slashing with a red pen.
But that was their business model.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there an FAO Shorts anymore?
No.
There's not one place where when
No.
you walk in the
Some
door,
guy
it's just
bought.
toys.
There's people. All those like IPs have been purchased. KB, Toys R Us, FAO Schwartz. They do pop-ups every once in a while, but there have been people who've been like, "I'm fucking buying this IPO or intellectual property or whatever, and I will open another one." It just hasn't happened yet.
They just got to redo the business model, you think?
I mean,
Every time I went to Toys R Us, it was packed. I don't know how they lost money.
video games,
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon really put a lot of places out of business. Amazon needs to be taxed just for the sole purpose of they are closing storefronts.
Yeah, you think?
Well, I know that, but I'm
think?
I'm doing a podcast for people listening who
The
might not
Best
be
Buy
aware of
model,
this, buddy.
the Best Buy model is pretty smart because they were on the verge of going out of business, and they basically just like rent out their stores to other companies to come in and bring their shit. And
Do you hear what Best Buy's doing now?
What?
They just announced it last week. They are now an Apple repair store.
That's and they
Very
they
smart.
rented out places to Apple. They got rid of CDs.
So you don't have to go to the Apple store anymore. You can go to them to fix
Yeah.
your iPhone and your Mac and all that.
Yeah.
Very smart.
So that's a smart business model. Everyone's
Yeah.
got like you mentioned Target in a mall, and but you have these giant anchor stores at the mall. Like what were the big? You're the hip, right? That's your
The
big
Hips
mall
and Mall I
growing
grew
up?
up with, and it's
What
still
were the
closest to
big?
me.
What were the big
Growing
anchor
up,
stores?
well, one of them just closed. One of the anchors, Carson Pirie.
Sears,
Carson Pirie
JCPenney.
Scotch is closed.
We lost one in South Lake Mall in Cherville, Indiana. Or in
Yeah.
Maryville, Indiana.
The
That
big
was,
anchor stores that are still there, actually, Kohl's is still there, Best
Okay.
Buy is still there,
Okay.
and it's a Target now. And
What
the
was
Carson Pirie
that
Scott's
Best Buy?
gone.
There's no way that was a Best Buy from the start.
No, it was not. It was shit. What was it growing up?
Sears,
it was
JCPenney's.
Carson Pirie Scott. No, JCPenney was never there.
Oh, okay.
We had before on the other side across the street. It was a Venture that became a Kmart. Remember Venture?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Venture was.
But
just
what's
kind of a
happening with
Midwest
these
thing.
malls is all these places are leaving,
Yeah.
and they're having to fill these giant, especially those anchor stores, those giant stores, and a lot of places are putting in like the skydiving place where you can do the fucking thing,
Yeah,
or like
that's fun.
miniature golf, like an event type place.
Yeah, they got a glow in the dark mini golf right by the
There
hip
you go.
now. And
There you go.
but whatever happened with the Carson Pirie Scott, they're bringing in some other stuff though because they got
Yeah.
a big sign that says "big shit's happening." I actually wouldn't mind buying a house over there. because I like the house where I'm at right now, but there's no grade school that's close enough to walk to. We got to cross the highway, and I don't want to do that when I'm an adult. When I got to walk my fucking kids across the highway,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
'Cause
I got to
car-
think about
cars-
adult shit now, Marty.
Cars don't stop.
Marty, dude, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I love having you on. I want to talk more music. I just went to a record store and bought some stuff, but we'll save that for another time.
Okay.
Where can people find you, man?
At Marty DeRosa on all the social media platforms. Although I really only just do Twitter. And Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling is my podcast.
You gotta get. I gotta get you on Instagram.
Please check that out.
You would kill it on Instagram.
I just look at
Instagram models.
butts. I just look at butts.
A lot of good.
on
A lot of good.
Instagram.
Those
Basically,
are
I
the
just look
best
at
butts.
muscle butts.
Those are the best butts.
No, I don't know.
That's been the podcast, everyone. Check out the album. Joe Kilgallon Can't Complain. It's on all the platforms. Stream it, share it, tell your friends. Be on the lookout. Come first week of July, we're going to have that in video form all over YouTube. It'll be released as a special. And can't thank you guys enough. This has been Kilgallon's Pub. Cheers.